Hello, I'm Judy, and today I'm going to show you how to make something pretty out of this little old tin can. So we're going to be making pencil holders. There's several different ones, and I'm just going to give you a quick idea on some of them, and we'll actually make a whole one. Okay, now with this one here, I've already put pencils in it. I've made this out of little pieces of bamboo that I rescued from this old blind that was going to the dump. So you can use that, and I cut them all in lengths. You can use something like that, or you can go for a walk to the park and pick up some nice straight sticks and use the same things. So I'm not going to actually make this, but I'm just going to show you how I did it. It's very easy. You get your tin, your little old tin can, and these are just baked bean tins or whatever you've got about that size in your pantry. Now all I did with that was to pop a spot of glue on here and stick it, and then I went all the way around, and by the time I got to the other end it looked like that. Now what we need today is a glue gun. Now glue guns you've got to be very careful with because they're very hot on the top, and the glue that comes out is pretty hot, so just be careful. We're going to do, these are just some little ideas of things that you can use to put on your cans. I'm going to do one today with ribbons, and there. So what I'll do first is show you how I come up. That is the size and the shape of the can. I made a template out of cardboard. See? Now, it's 24 centimetres long. It's 10.5 centimetres wide. Now when you put it on your paper or your fabric, you actually add a centimetre all the way around from there. You don't add it on this end, but you add it all the way around. Now with that, I then go along and press that down so that that's the right size without having a raw edge. The same thing when you're using paper. I use some pretty wrapping paper. I don't throw my wrapping paper away. I try to find something to do with it. Same thing. When you cut it out a centimetre bigger on the two long sides and one short side, and then you fold it over there to make sure you got it all nice and straight. Now with these cans are still full of food, but I just put those on there. That's wrapping paper, just like that. That's wrapping paper. And there's tomatoes in this one at the moment, but I didn't need to use tomatoes today. So what you do, just get your paper and put it around with your little folded edge on both sides like you've folded it up, and you just need to put a spot of glue there, a spot of glue there, and stick it down. Then fold your little edge over like that and do the same thing. So then you've got, I'm just going to use some sticky tape, otherwise I'll think there's roses in this when I go to the pantry. So I'm just going to stick that down. Now you can put pretty things on that as well. You can put buttons or bows or anything, whatever you can find. There's all sorts of pretty things that you can decorate them with. And then you fill them with your pencils, and they certainly don't look like a baked bean tin. Okay, so I'll pop those over here. And this one here, I've already started. I actually found some ribbon in my little stash of things, that was just the right width to go around here. Pardon me. And I've got some braid, and I'm just going to stick that. Now the glue gun, you don't use a lot and it does harden quickly, so you've got to, now I just put a spot of glue there and press that on. Bring the braid all the way around the tin. See? And glue it back down there and make sure it's nice and tight. Okay, now I've actually used, as I said, that wide ribbon. You can use any other sort of fabric, or you can even use paper to go, if you've got some nice paper, black or whatever colour that you want to put on there. Now we're going to do the bottom of it the same. So I'll get the end here, and down the back I usually put it where the seam is on the tin. So we'll put a little bit of glue on there. And press it down, and it's stuck already. It doesn't take long, but you just got to be careful that you don't burn your fingers. Okay, now I've gone all the way around. Notice I've turned that over a little bit so that it won't fray when it's on the tin. So I'll put some more glue there and press it down. And there you go. How long did that take? No time at all. I mean, if you wanted to be really creative, all these bits and pieces I've got here, you can find, all sorts of things that you can do to make it pretty, to add some pizzazz to it. I mean, these would be even good to make a little thing to put your toothbrushes in the bathroom. Use the colours of the colour scheme in your bathroom. So that's that little one. So now we've got that one, and the paper ones that we've made before. Just with paper that is still full of food. Now, this one's going to be fabric. So we've got our little template that we made there. If you want to copy all those measurements, you can, but remember you need to cut it a little bit bigger around the edges so we can fold it. Now with fabric, if you put it in there, you can actually press it with your fingers, believe it or not, or your fingernails. Just put it in there, bend it over and scrape along the edge with your nail, and that bends it beautifully so you can put it on your project. Okay, so can again, we're going to put it on the top and then the bottom. Now if you've got fabric that's got a pattern on it, always make sure you haven't got the ducks upside down or something, because that looks funny then. Be careful which way you put it. This hasn't got any up or down, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so here we go, Mr. Glue Gun. Spot there and a spot there, and because it's the first bit, I'll just run a little bit up to the other one and stick it on, making sure that it sits at the bottom and the top. I just remembered something I haven't told you. When you open your can, sometimes you get a little sharp edge around there. So what I do, I get a pair of pliers and I gently squeeze on that that sharp little bit, and then it becomes quite smooth in the middle. Just remember to do that because you could cut your fingers. So it's not hard. You just get your pliers and put it in and squeeze it down. And as you can see, that's not hurting my fingers at all. Okay, so now we're going to go all the way around again. I'm pulling it so that it's nice and tight. Tuck it under and spot of glue. Yeah, you can use something to push the glue down because it is hot when it first comes out. And then up at the top. And I'll just run a little bit all the way down there so that it gets... Press it down, press it down. As I say, if it's a little bit hot, you can use something to actually press it down with. Okay, so that's our little pencil holder getting ready to get started. I've decided for this one, we're going to make pretty stripes and pretty ribbons around it and put buttons where it joins. Now, to make that, I'm going to actually get a piece of ribbon and put it around. I'll put it around the top like so. You only need to glue it where you're going to be putting it. So a little bit of glue underneath where it starts. And pull that really, really tight all the way around. Put another little piece of glue under there. And there you go. It's all on. That's all there is to it. Now, because we've got the join there, I've decided that we're going to make some pretty little buttons to match the ribbons where the ribbon joins. So it's just a matter of a little bit of glue, pop your button on and press it. See how easy that was? It's not like waiting for wood glue to dry because wood glue takes a little while. Now I think we might use the pink one. So I'm going to start in a different spot with that. I'm going to start here. So I'll put a little spot of glue there. And pop that on. I'm going to leave a bit of a mark, so a bit of a space so you can see the fabric behind. Bring it all the way around so that it's overlapping. Cut it off. Put a spot of glue on it. And there we go, it's secured. So now I'm going to put a button on that. I think I'll put that one on. That looks pretty. It's got some silver in it, so's the ribbon. Okay, so notice I'm not putting them in the same line. That way you'll have a different little effect all the way down your tin. So that's it. That's very easy to do. You just go round and round. You haven't got to glue it all the way. But make sure you pull it tight when you put it on. What are we going to do now? Oh, I think we might do a goldy one. So we'll start off here. Stick your ribbon down, then put your thumb over it and pull it all the way around like that, nice and tight. We'll cut off the bit we don't need and stick that down. Okay, so there we go. Okay, what have I got here? I've got another pretty ribbon with some shimmery stuff on, a button with some shimmery stuff on. So I am going to pop him on. button. Okay, so how about some green? Let's start that one there. A little bit of glue. Pull it tight all the way around. Cut it off, just overlap it a little bit to cut it off. Put the glue on. I think I need to put another glue stick in and press it down. Now to put your glue stick in, you just poke it in the back here until it goes through to the bit where it started. Oops, there we go. And as you squeeze the trigger, it pushes it through to make your glue. Okay, green. I think we might use this button. We'll put some glue on it. Press your button on. How's that looking? Oh, I know what we can do. I've got these little flowers. We're not going to put buttons on that because they look like buttons all the way around. So we'll start that at the back. Put some glue on. Pop him in and wrap that. This is like a braid, but like a ribbon or something with all little daisies around it. And then I'll cut it off with that overlap. Put some glue on. Make sure it's nice and tight. Pull it over and stick it down. So how long did that take? Not very long at all, and it looks so pretty. You can use pieces of lace, you can use little flowers, there's some sequins there that you can pop on it, there's even some glitzy little beads like diamonds, and there's some little stars. These are little beads that you can actually buy by the meter. And there's some gold. And there's pretty buttons you can get. There's some pretty gold buttons. There's all different coloured buttons you can get. You can basically use anything to go on these. This is some fabric. And I thought if you put a plain colour behind it, you could actually glue this pretty lacy fabric around the colour, and the colour comes through, see? So there's many different ways that you can decorate your cans. They don't have to be this size, but I find this size is usually pretty good for your pencils. I always put my pencils in up that way so they don't get blown. Now with this one, it looks pretty cool as it is. But if you wanted to really make it smashing, you can put a few gold stars around it. I think I might even do that. One there, and one there at the moment. Don't go too far ahead because the glue does dry very quickly. 1, 2, 3. How's that? And we can go ahead and put them all the way around, or we can put all sorts of different things. There's little pieces of lace, braid, and even your good old gift wrapping you can tie around to make it. So what you need to do is save up any little bits of something you get, even, you know, like ribbons that come with your gifts. If they're 25 centimetres long, they'll go around the tin. Okay, so if you can remember that, 25 centimetres, which is 1/4 of a metre. So just save it all up, and you'll have tins everywhere with things in them. And this is one with all sorts of bits and pieces of mine. I think that one can be for all my scissors and things like that. And remember how you put those on. You just put one little spot at the top, one little spot at the bottom, and go all the way around like so. I hope you enjoyed that today, because I did. It was nice, quick, easy, and it's only your imagination that can just go crazy with it. Okay, thank you. Goodbye.